Nike struck absolute gold when they signed Caitlin Clark to an 8-year, $28 million endorsement deal. So why in the world are they ignoring her?
Caitlin Clark's Fever jersey sold out in hours. Her games are breaking viewership records. But Nike, who signed her for millions, is nowhere to be seen. It's like they're allergic to success. Let's talk about why Nike is sleeping on their hottest new star. You know what's crazy? Clark is on fire right now. She's not just playing well, she's redefining the game. Fans can't get enough of her.
At the start of this year's WNBA season, it was announced that Caitlin Clark signed a massive endorsement deal with Nike. This deal was for 8 years, $28 million with a signature sneaker included.
They're buying tickets, watching games, and snatching up her merch like it's going out of style. But Nike, they're acting like Clark doesn't exist. Imagine this. You sign one of the hottest stars in basketball for millions and then nothing. No ads, no commercials, no billboards. It's like Nike forgot they have Caitlin Clark on their team. That's insane, right? But here's where things get weird. Why would Nike ghost their hottest new star? Let's break it down and figure out what's really going on behind the scenes.
Now, at the time, a lot of us were so excited about this. Nike is obviously the biggest brand in athletic apparel, and Caitlin seemed to be a perfect fit for the brand.
You'd think Nike would be plastering Caitlin Clark's face everywhere, right? Wrong. Despite outbidding everyone for her signatura, they've gone radio silent. What's the deal with this $28 million ghost? Let's break it down. Nike didn't just sign Clark, they went all out. We're talking about an 8-year, $28 million contract. That's not chump change, folks. And get this, they even promised her a signature sneaker. Nike was so determined to get Clark on their team that they outbid some serious competition. Under Armour came in hot with a $16 million offer over 4 years. Adidas wasn't far behind, putting $6 million on the table for the same time frame. But Nike said, nah, we're taking this one home. They upped their game and threw in that signature shoe to seal the deal. Now, you might be thinking, okay, so Nike won the bidding war. What's the big deal? Well, here's where things get weird. During Clark's college days, Nike couldn't stop talking about her. They were all over her achievements, celebrating every milestone.
$28 million at the time, while some people, including myself, were saying that this might be a little bit too low because of the superstar that she is.
Remember when she broke the NCAA scoring record? Nike was right there, shouting it from the rooftops. But now, crickets. It's like they forgot they have one of the hottest stars in basketball on their roster. No commercials, no billboards, no special merch drops, nothing. It's as if Caitlin Clark vanished into thin air as soon as she signed that contract. You know what's even crazier? Clark is on fire right now. Her Fever jersey sold out in hours. Her games, breaking viewership records left and right. Fans can't get enough of her. They're buying tickets, watching games, and snatching up any Clark-related merch they can find. But Nike? They're MIA. So what gives? Why would Nike ghost their hottest new star? Well, here's a little nugget that might shed some light on the situation. Nike's stock has dropped 20% this year. Ouch. That's gotta hurt. Could this be affecting their decisions about how to promote their athletes? Hold up, Nike's not just fumbling the ball here, they might be playing 4D chess. Imagine having a superstar that's breaking records left and right, and you're not doing anything about it. That's Nike right now. But why? Let's talk about the Caitlin Clark effect. It's not just about her sick basketball skills. Clark is a whole different ballgame when it comes to marketability. She's got this unique appeal that's making waves beyond the court. Here's the thing, Clark isn't just any player. She's a white woman in a sport that's predominantly black, and that's a big deal when it comes to marketing. It's like she's got this built-in connection with a broader audience. You know what they say? It's impossible to separate sport and society. Clark's not just selling basketball. She's selling a story that resonates with a lot of people. But here's where it gets weird. Nike seems to be holding back on promoting Clark. They're putting all their eggs in the established stars basket, like Aja Wilson. It's like they're scared to give a rookie the spotlight before a seasoned MVP. But is that smart? I mean, Clark's popularity is through the roof. Think about it. Clark's Fever jersey sold out in hours. Her games are breaking viewership records. Fans can't get enough of her. And get this, ads featuring Clark are way more effective than average. She's not just a player, she's a walking, talking, basketball shooting goldmine. So why is Nike sleeping on this? Are they worried about the optics of pushing a rookie over established stars? Or is there something else going on behind the scenes? Here's what's crazy. Nike might be leaving serious money on the table. Clark's potential to drive merchandise sales could be off the charts. We're talking about a player who's not just popular, but who's changing the game. She's got this explosive appeal that could translate into massive sales. You know what's wild? Nike outbid everyone to sign Clark. They threw down $28 million over 8 years. That's not chump change, but now it's like they've got this superstar asset just sitting on the bench. It doesn't make sense. So Nike's got Clark on the bench. But guess what? She's not just some rookie waiting for her shot. She's already got Gatorade, State Farm, and Buick in her corner. What if Clark's team decides to change the game without Nike? Let's talk about Team Clark's game plan. They can't just sit around twiddling their thumbs while Nike sleeps on their star player. Nope, they've got to take matters into their own hands. First up, those other endorsements. They're gold. Gatorade, State Farm, Buick. Clark's already proving she's a marketing powerhouse. Get this, ads featuring Clark during NCAA games were 7% more effective than those without her. That's not just good, that's game-changing. So what's next? Clark's management needs to milk these deals for all they're worth. More commercials, more social media posts, more everything. They need to keep Clark in the spotlight, Nike or no Nike. But here's where it gets interesting. What if Clark's team started creating their own content? We're talking YouTube videos, Instagram Reels, TikTok challenges, the works. They could show off Clark's personality, her skills, her life off the court. Fans eat that stuff up, and it keeps Clark's brand hot even if Nike's not pushing it. Now, let's talk about that Nike deal. $28 million over 8 years sounded great at first, but what if it's actually holding Clark back? Her management might need to have a little chat with Nike. Maybe it's time to renegotiate. After all, Clark's stock is sky high right now. If Nike's not going to use her, maybe someone else will. But here's the thing, Clark's team can't wait around. This rookie season buzz, it's like lightning in a bottle. You've got to capture it while you can. Who knows what'll happen next season? Clark needs to strike while the iron's hot. So what's the play? Clark's management needs to get creative. Maybe they team up with some influencers, do some collabs, get Clark's face out there, keep her name on everyone's lip. They could even look into launching her own merchandise line. Imagine Caitlin Clark branded basketball gear flying off the shelf. And let's not forget about that signature shoe. Nike promised it. But word on the street is it might not drop until 2026 or 2027. That's ages away in sports time. Clark's team might need to light a fire under Nike to speed things up. Or hey, maybe they start looking at other options. Who says Nike's the only game in town? The bottom line is this. Clark's management can't afford to wait for Nike to wake up. They've got to take control of Clark's brand right now. Whether that means squeezing more out of her current deals, creating new opportunities, or even rethinking that Nike contract, it's time to make moves. All right, let's recap this wild ride. Caitlin Clark's popularity is through the roof, but Nike's acting like she doesn't exist. It's crazy, right? Clark's team isn't just sitting around though. They're making moves, pushing those other endorsements, and maybe even thinking about creating their own content. But here's the million-dollar question. Will Nike wake up and realize what they're missing? Or will they let the Caitlin Clark effect slip through their fingers? It's like they've got a superstar on their bench and they're not even looking at her. What do you think? How should brands support rising stars in women's basketball? Should they go all in on rookies like Clark or stick with the established names? It's not just about Nike and Clark anymore. This could change the game for women's sports marketing.